Nice car. What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Welcome back to the channel, people. This video is the first video of a Fanhome Mark IV Supra build. I'm going to take you through the first stage of a build for the front bumper. I'll show you how everything goes together, and I'll give you an idea what I think about it at the end. Okay, so this is the first part of the kit. These are the instructions for book 1. I'll have a quick read through, see what we've got to do. We've got to get these bits and pieces out of the packaging and then just try and put them together. We'll see what the steps are. So I'm going to cut the back out with a knife. Hopefully just get access to that, those parts. Okay, so cardboard backed. Backing seems to come off quite easily. That's quite good actually, because it protects. There's another piece of plastic that's protecting your parts here. Now I annoyingly have a piece, have the screwdriver that comes with it loose in the box, and that's been rattling round. I'm hoping that's just not damaged anything, to be fair. So let's get this removed. I don't know if it's best to just turn that over and try and drop it out. Yeah. Okay, so looks like it's best to leave that on its back, pull that off, and then you've got access to your parts. Let's have a look at what we've got then. Yeah, that paint looks even better when it's actually right in front of you. It's got a good weighty part. But no, that looks beautiful. Decals already on it as well, which is really cool. Yeah, so let's put that bit to one side. I've got me a little bit of a microfiber cloth to put stuff on, just so none of it gets damaged. That's the screwdriver. So first part of this is all about this grill down here. See if I can get it out. So we've got this part of the grille, and this part of the grille is obviously going to go into that front bumper assembly, and we need to stick on some of these little bits of tape. So we'll get that bit done. Okay. So you've got a sort of ridge side on one part of that mesh, and then a flat side. It looks like from the instructions that we're putting this onto the flat side. So I'll get that sorted out now. Okay, they give you 5 pieces for this, which is lucky for me because I've already just destroyed one of them by not really being, I suppose, careful enough. The adhesive on these is really sticky, so when I've gone to put that onto the actual mesh, I'm unfortunately put it in the wrong place, tried to move it, and it rips it and changes it in shape. So what we're going to do is move this for the time being. I'll put that down on the floor, and then we'll get this into here by turning that round, getting access to it. So basically what we're going to do is put that on there, and the instructions basically say for us to stick that down into place, and then it's got 2 holes for screws, and we have got there we go, we've got a little packet of screws there, so we'll get that done. So what it says to do is put the screws in first and then put the tabs down. it says on it, check the image of the correct position, place over the bumper, over the centre hole inside the front bumper. Do not apply much force to the middle part of the grille so that you do not bend it. And I can see that it's very delicate, to be fair, so you don't want to be putting any force into this part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the bits of sticky that are on the other side to help it stick down, because once I've screwed this in place I'm not going to be able to get to them. So they're all off like that. That comes off fairly easy. I think if you have a pair of tweezers, that's probably easier with tweezers, to be fair. But that is, after he drops it, that is sorted, really ready for these screws to go in. Now again, they give you 3 screws. There might be another thing that needs screwing on with this, but I'll take a look at it. This is a little bit fiddly. So we'll use that little screwdriver, turn it round that way. Okay, locate right into place. See if I can do the same on this side. And screw that in. Okay, that side is in. You've got to apply quite a bit of force to do that, to be fair, because it feels like there's either paint in that screw hole or you're effectively cutting the thread as you're screwing it. And unfortunately, at the same time, it is slightly rounding off the screws. You're not careful. So that's in place. That's the first part of the instruction there done, and then we're going to move them tabs firmly over, which is the next part. So pushing down on the top ones first, and that bends really nicely. And that gives us that mesh nicely in place there. As we look at the other side, that looks mega. Very nice finish. So a bit fiddly, but not horrendous at all. We'll put that towards the back over here. And then we've got lighting assemblies to start to make. Okay, so it says with it, refer to the detail image and check the shape of each type of reflector so as not to confuse them. Attach the 2 high beam lenses, L, or 1L to, or 1I to high beam reflectors 1F. So basically there's a couple of different size ones in here. So if you're not sure which one is which, effectively what you've got is these. The 1F is the bigger one, 1G is the medium, 1H is the smaller ones, and then there's corresponding lenses that are the same. So I don't think that's overly complicated, but we'll see if I get it right. I might not. Okay, so nice and simple. They just seem to go in as soon as you push them, to be fair, so that's fine. We'll do the same with the other ones and get them done. Okay, so they all go together really quick, really easy. It's more about not losing them tiny little lenses that are in the bottom of there, to be fair. So that is those stages there done, and then we're on to the back part. So these bits all correspond to going into these headlights, and then these are the lens covers for those headlights. So we are gonna go the larger one. We just push these. So insert high beam reflector, low beam reflector into our recess housing. One. Okay, so they just clip in. So a little bit of a push, and they should just clip into the place. There we go. So I would say at first it feels like they're rattling round, but if you just do put a bit of pressure on them, they're in there and they're solidly in. So with that is the finished part of the assembly over the top of that there, and that's your headlight unit. So we do the same for the other side, and then I think we're good to go. Okay, so that's all of them done. Front bumper has got its mesh in, and the lights have been assembled. The covers stay separate from them. Let me give you my thoughts on it. Okay, so initial thoughts on the build one package. I love the bumper itself. Color wise, paint wise, everything looks pretty good, to be fair. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So the actual grille and how that goes in, that's pretty good. It's pretty decent, to be fair. A bit fiddly getting them screws in. So you do need to be a bit careful on how you screw them in, and be prepared that they're going to try and round off. The perfect way to sort of do that really is get as much pressure on the end of that screwdriver as you can as you're putting it in, so it doesn't slip. But even so, I think even if you did have a bit of a mishap with that, it's not the end of the world. The plastic parts, this is very, very easy to put together in small parts. So the lenses go in really easy, but the actual lens housing into this actual headlight unit, it really needs a bit of a push, more of a push than I thought it needed, to be fair. So just be careful with that, but just have a bit of confidence and put that in. You get the lens cover, and that goes on top of here. But at this point in time, that doesn't go anywhere. So the only negative really with this is, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this until it comes to the point where I can get that all in. The next part is literally a one wheel, so that's not going to be helped by what I've got so far. So definitely going to have to find a place where you can get these parts kind of wrapped up, kept safe and put away. But as far as first part goes, I'm happy. Already reassuringly sort of happy with the quality of the actual bumper. Let's see how this develops. That is stage one. Look out for stage two. Obviously that will be the next thing. It's going to be one of the wheels, and then hopefully we get another package soon and I can go through that with you. I'll show you what we've got, and then I'll take you through each one of the builds. Until next time, if you like this series, give a like button a push. And then if you want to see more of this, subscribe. There is going to be a playlist with all these bits and pieces in for this build, and you can build it along with me. All right, take care for now. See you soon. Get some hobbying done.